Okay, the problem in Côte-St-Luc is we are getting many more freight trains at night than we've had in the past. I moved here about 7 years ago, and since then it seems like every year the number of trains is doubling. And at nighttime, not being able to sleep between 2:30 in the morning till 6 in the morning is getting to be a real problem. We've had people that have lived here for 50 years who've never seen as many trains as we're getting right now. The trains are now double-decker. They can be up to 4 kilometers in length. They can have between 2 and 8 engines, and they stop right in front of our house, and then they sit and idle. When they idle, all the houses in the area shake, and they have to get out to flip a switch. So they sit there for 15 minutes. And a rumble, our house in the middle of the night, it wakes everybody up. And this is happening throughout our community by anybody who's living near the tracks. Then the train starts again and you hear crash, 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 crash. And lately, for some reason, they're ringing bells. We don't know why they're ringing bells. But it usually starts around 2:30 in the morning, and then we get trains often back to back. So you can't sleep through the entire night. And this is crazy. Now, CP Rail, who is responsible for this, knows. They tell us when you moved in, you moved next to a train track, so you know what the problem is. And it's true, we moved next to a train track, and it wasn't a problem when most people moved in. But the problem is CP Rail has a plan for infinite growth around here. They built a new facility where they have more and more trucks coming in. They're polluting us more. We've got more fumes coming in. We've got more noise pollution happening, and they're not investing a cent in putting up noise barriers and fixing their switches. They're not doing the things that they need to do to mitigate the sound. They can reroute trains at night. They could stop the bells from happening at night. These are all things that are within their realm of possibility, but they don't care about the communities that are around them, and that bugs us. Our main complaint is night. We'd like to be able to sleep. That's the main complaint. So during the daytime is not as bothersome, but a few sound walls would make life so much more pleasant. It's like, imagine if you had a neighbor who bought a sound system, and you moved next to them, you knew they were a musician and you don't mind listening to the music. But every year they buy another sound system and another sound system, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then they tell you, well, you shouldn't have moved next to me. I'm a musician. That's what the trains are telling us. They're saying, you shouldn't have moved next to us. We're trains. But they keep growing, and the number of trains keeps increasing, and Côte-St-Luc is completely surrounded by the train yard. We have no place to go. So they must take responsibility for their noise pollution. In the United States, they can't get away with this. There are noise laws for train noise. Somehow they're getting away with this in Canada, and it's got to stop.